Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here. I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, we are with Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
I'm doing all right. It's almost Friday. Can't wait. But a lot of chat has happened within a week.
Yeah. Obviously, we last week did not do an episode. It was my birthday. I mean, it's funny. Both of us had a birthday from the last time that we have talked. Yep. Actually, Herb, who you guys saw on the mock draft show, which was our last episode, he had a birthday. So we've had technically 3 birthdays.
Yep, in a week.
From people who have been on this show in the span of 2 weeks. But yeah, so happy belated birthday to Jarryd, and
happy birthday to you.
And getting old. And Herb, yeah. Shout out to Herb. Yeah, it's a lot has gone on, and with work, when the Justin Fields trade happened, wow. There was something going on where we were able to record, and then, the Kenny trade, you were at work. Yeah. I remember I was at the liquor store, and then during the Justin Fields trade, I was at work, and I didn't get it. And we were planning on recording, later on in that night. Then I didn't get home till like 2:30 in the morning, and I wasn't going to wake you up for that. No. I wasn't going to do that to you. But yeah, so needless to say, a lot has gone on in the last couple of weeks when it comes to the Steelers. Honestly, it seems like the Steelers have been maybe the talk of free agency. They haven't made the quantity of moves in terms of bringing guys in, but I think it's quality, and I just think it's overall when you have 3 separate transactions involving the quarterback position, it just seems like it's
unexpectedly, to be honest with you, because this is the new. I think we're finally out of this. It's the Omar Khan era we are in, basically cleaning things up.
And you know what? Let's get into. We'll talk about Patrick Queen and Deshone Elliott and all that. We'll get to them, but we're gonna go right into things because, like I said, we haven't been on in a couple of weeks. We got some things to get off our chest here when it comes to the quarterback position. So let's go in order of this. So let's talk about the Russell Wilson signing.
Great.
You like it?
Oh, I love the signing. I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting him to sign there. I thought he would go like maybe somewhere else, like the Vikings. They could have used him for a year.
It's the signing was. I remember I was at the driving range when we got Russell Wilson, and I freaked out because I said, "Holy shit, we really went and got Russell Wilson." Mm-hmm. And you think to yourself at that time, it's like, all right, so you got Russell. Then you got Kenny, and then obviously Mason Rudolph, you knew wasn't going to be coming back, really. So you knew at that moment it was going to be Russ and Kenny. And then obviously we'll get to Kenny here shortly. But yeah, overall, I was happy about the signing for a multitude of reasons. Number one, it's literally it's a low-risk, high-reward situation. Mm-hmm. If he goes out there and plays like shit, oh, well, you paid him zero money, and it's like, okay, it sucks because we thought that maybe we'd be getting better quarterback play, but in terms of the money part, we're not paying him anything, and it's like, okay, whatever, it's easy to get off of that. Then you get to Kenny, where with the way that he handled the whole situation of going back to getting quote unquote benched in the Seattle game and the way he handled that versus the way he handled finding out the signing of Russell Wilson, and how at the end of the day, he, I think, in a way embodied the typical younger athlete. And what I mean by that, and we are in that demographic, we're damn near the same age as Kenny. So it's not like we're 48-year-old man talking about, the back in my day. We're not doing that. This is literally our generation of people. Nowadays, people don't want to quote unquote compete. They don't. You look at the transfer portal in NCAA. I mean, obviously, I know there's a whole money involved with that too, but it's competition as well. No one really wants to compete. If you're not guaranteed your spot, then they're just going to move on and find somewhere else. And for Kenny to think that he was entitled to be the starter over Russell Wilson in that situation, when you've had 13 total touchdowns or 13 passing touchdowns in 2 years, you're someone who has been constantly hurt. He's had how many concussions? Two. He's had 2 concussions. He's come out of 4 games or something. There's been 4 separate situations at minimum in less than 2 years of games that he's come out and not finished games. So right now you're talking about durability. You're talking about obviously the production has not been there in the slightest. Mm-hmm. What makes you think that in the NFL you have any way of saying or feel any entitlement? That's my question to things. And the downfall of Kenny with the fan base, the moment that we saw Mason Rudolph go out there against Cincinnati, put up 30, the offense looked good. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, Kenny, we got bamboozled, we got fooled by the preseason. We saw the preseason and we thought Kenny Pickett was going to become the second coming of God. And that wasn't the case at all. He was not good at all. Good riddance to Kenny.
I wish him the best. But, the way he handled it was I think he could have done a lot better if he really wanted to, if he was really hurt about this Russell Wilson signing. Like you said, he was not playing well, did not play great at all, was hurt. It just wasn't consistent. Consistency is key. Mm-hmm. Look at Presley Harvin. He's not on the team. He's been up and down. So he's gone. And if you're going to, like the quote, we want volunteers, not hostages. And that's why I know we didn't bring this up. Ship Diontae out of here too. Diontae Johnson.
Yes.
Panthers.
Which and we'll get to that when we get done with the quarterback discussion here. We'll talk about that departure as well. But yeah, in terms of Kenny, I mean, we thought he was going to be the guy. Clearly, and there was a lot of people, to be fair, that thought that he was overdrafted from the start. And obviously with that quarterback class, thank God for Brock Purdy being actually good, or else that might be one of, if not maybe the worst quarterback classes we have seen in a long time, if not maybe ever, because good God, has that quarterback class been awful. It sucks the way that things ended. It sucks that we had 2 years of garbage quarterback play.
And still winning seasons. It's just
and you know what? Coming from someone who we all remember how I felt after the New England game.
Yep.
I was done with Mike Tomlin. I wanted him gone. I was a part of that train. How much of that was because, in that moment, in the heat of the moment, I was pissed that we lost to a garbage New England team. There was a little bit of that. And I was persuaded a little bit in terms of from certain people that might be also true. I still, to this day, agree with the fact that I'm still not happy with the fact that we haven't won a playoff game in 7-8 years. I'm going on 8 seasons.
8 years. 8 years.
I mean, I'm still not happy about that, and nor is anyone else, obviously.
Nope.
Nor is anyone else, including, it seems like, Art Rooney. Seems like he's not happy with it either because of the fact that some of the deals that we've made, it's like, whoa, hello. Are we really going to do? And here's the other thing, too. when it comes to some of the moves that we're hearing that could possibly happen, we'll get to that.
Yep.
And things that have happened. Some people, Kevin Colbert has brainwashed so many Steeler fans to think a certain way. So anytime someone wants to do something outside of the box, they're just like, no, I don't like that. And let's be, I mean, for example, for me and you both, our whole lives before Omar Khan got here or became the GM, he's always been here.
Yeah.
Before that, we only knew Kevin Colbert as our GM.
Yep.
And they did things a certain way. They never moved up draft boards. They were very conservative when it comes to free agency. Yes, I also understand that Big Ben had a contract. You had to deal with big contracts, A, B. I understand that as well. I'm not stupid here, but you had to deal with that. But they were very conservative, and that's why last year when we went out and we were signing guys, Patrick Peterson. Now I know he's gone, but still, you went out got Patrick Peterson. You had got Cole Holcomb, Elaine Roberts, Isaac Seumalo. You just went out and Nate Herbig. The way it is, oh wow, we're actually going and signing guys. And then you go in the drafts, his first drafts, what does he do? Omar Khan trades up and it was like, wait a second. Like
first draft.
Last year in the Renegade Roundtable draft show, you literally will see my reaction. I literally had to wait until it showed that because when Hunter said that the Steelers had traded up, I didn't believe him because he's an asshole. He likes to troll me. But it was just natural belief to me of like, no, we don't do that.
Nope.
We don't do that. And then it actually happened. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It's
different. I want to get to everything. Really want to do. So like I want to get to the next quarterback comment here with Justin Fields. What's coming in. This was the shocker to me. I think it wasn't going to happen at all. And then I am wrong. I will say I am wrong. I thought Ryan Tannehill would be here, but he's not coming here. I don't think so anymore after with Russell Wilson.
He hasn't even signed anywhere yet.
Nope. But I don't think he would be QB3 with us. But anywho, but with Justin Fields coming over, basically as a 1-year rental, depending on how Russ plays this season.
Well, it's going to depend because you got to make the decision on his 5th-year option by May 2nd.
So they got time. I thought that time has already passed. So
no. It's May 2nd to where we'll know if they're going to pick up the 5th-year option on him and Najee. We're going to figure that out as well.
I think they'll pick up Najee's.
I think so too.
I think so too. But with Justin Fields, I don't know. Would you pick up the 5th-year option?
I
don't know how much it is.
It's like 20 something.
Well, a lot more than I.
But here's the thing, though. So you're in this weird scenario. You're almost in a weird. It would be a similar situation to what Tampa Bay went through last year with Baker Mayfield. You signed Baker Mayfield to a 1-year deal. It's like, all right, if it works out great, well, then maybe we'll extend him and call it a day. And if not, well, then we'll just have to find someone else and go from there. Now, obviously, they didn't have someone, a quarterback who was going to be on a 5th-year option the next year. So you had to deal with that. But who knows? If Russell Wilson goes out there, I mean, he's over here talking about he wants to play 7 more years.
Yeah.
Let's chill out there. Let's chill out. Let's
slow down, please.
Let's chill out here. I'm happy you're here, but let's chill out for a sec. But who knows? It's a game of would you rather spend the extra money and be safe to where if Russell Wilson goes out there and just plays like dog water, then you have your quarterback for next year. Or do you not? Do you take the chance if Russell Wilson is ass and then Justin Fields goes out and say you bench Russell Wilson midway through the season, Justin Fields goes out there and balls out. Now you're putting yourself in a situation where he's going to be worth a whole lot more money. And you're like, damn, we wish. And that's why I think the more that I think about it, the more I'm going to say I would pick this up. And the reason being is because you have your quarterback for next year at minimum, whether it is Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, you know what I mean by that. And if you go and Justin Fields plays this year, let's say Russell Wilson gets hurt, he plays bad, whatever. Justin Fields goes out there, plays well. You have him under contract for next year. Say he goes out there, continues to ball out. Now you can put yourself in a position where you could tag him. You can obviously get him to an extension of some sort. We'll see. But I think it puts you in a more in an Omar Khan. We know how he's going to be able to handle the cap. He'll be able to find ways to create money to spend for next year. So I think in that case, I personally would pick up the 5th-year option. It's like 20-something million, I want to say.
I thought I was thinking the same thing. I think just for insurance, just to have, if Russell Wilson, like you said, doesn't do well. Because like I said, if Russell Wilson doesn't do well at all, you're just wasting you're not wasting anything pennies on him. So I am it's just the sign. It happens, when you first heard Russell Wilson, you're like, oh my gosh, they actually did something. They actually addressed the quarterback position. I think
a lot of us thought that it was just going to be, they were going to say status quo. It was going to be Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, shit.
Everyone thought that. And then Justin Fields on top of that, after trading Kenny Pickett, when we got some draft capital, which we could talk about the draft, what they'll do with the extra 3rd-round pick now they have.
Well, let's talk about also the fact that you were able to get Justin Fields for a 2025 6th-round pick. Could turn into a 4th-round pick based on playing time. But as of now, it's looking like a 6th-round 2025 pick. We were talking about how how much of this was, BS or whatever. There were legitimately talks that he was going to go for a day 2 pick. Yeah. Over the 2nd or 3rd. Then you hear 2025 6th. You're like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. And the first thought that went to my mind as I'm in the liquor store trying to make sure I don't scream like a 12-year-old girl, the first moment after I'm happy, I'm thinking is,
wow,
damn it, Omar Khan fucked or he screwed over the GM for polls all over again.
Yep. Con artist strikes again. The con artist strikes again. And I am really, listen, all the signings so far, I'm really happy about it. It's a great, I'm worried about, I think we're going to draft the center in the 1st round. But
we'll get to that because now there's an interesting discussion about what to do. And I think one of the reasons why there's an interesting discussion about what they're going to do in the draft is because, they traded away a player we were talking about a need in Diontae Johnson, where now you definitely need a wide receiver of some sort. Are they going to go after one in the 1st round? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. They went out and got Van Jefferson, which, I know he's not anything spectacular, but he is someone. But in terms of Diontae Johnson, I put this out there on X, Twitter, whatever hell you want to call it. I was okay with letting him go. Saying, when it comes to Diontae Johnson, you have to I had to make sure I preface this. I like Diontae Johnson. I am not a hater. I am not a hater. Oh. But from a business perspective, I was okay with trading them if they were going to. They did. And what was it?
I wish it was a little bit more. It was for Diontae Jackson and a 6th-round pick.
Okay, yeah. Which that was a weird-ish trade.
Yep.
And we'll see. Diontae Johnson, obviously, he's going to be cornerback 2. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll be serviceable. Hopefully he's not another Levi Wallace getting burnt toast. And then obviously the 6th-round pick. But at the end of the day, here's the other reason why I'm okay with letting him go. It's another one look at some of the trades we've made over the last few years when it comes to receivers.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown didn't. Let's not forget. Remember on draft night in 2018 when the Steelers drafted traded away Martavis Bryant for like a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah,
that worked out well because where the hell is he at now? You traded Antonio Brown a year later for a 3 and a 5. You see where he's now apparently the head of CTESPN, which, by the way, might be one of the funniest accounts I've ever seen in my life. Chase Claypool, hilarious. You traded him away for the 32nd overall pick. You see how that's going for him. So in the last few years, we have made great timing trades. Talk about baseball for half a second. This is exactly how Cleveland handles pitching. If you follow baseball, you notice. Look at how Corey Kluber, you traded him away. He started to go on the downhill. Trevor Bauer, he ended up winning a Cy Young Award. Well, and then we all see how that's going now. Mike Clevenger? Mike Clevenger's gotten himself into some hot shit. And so we'll see, but it's a very similar situation. They just seem to trade away receivers at the right time. And who knows, maybe Diontae Johnson is the perfect kind of receiver that Bryce Young needs, is someone that's going to be able to get open quick, go from there. He's going to get a lot of targets there.
Yep.
But I was okay with it. You had 1 year left on his deal. You knew you were more than likely not going to bring him back. It relieves some cap space.
Yep.
If you get the chance to, go ahead and part ways, and they did. And
now what you do from now? What do you do from there? Now is the next question. We'll get to the other signings later, but now the receiver position. George Pickens is the number one guy now. We all know that for sure.
Right.
Now, do we go? We're hearing some rumors of trading for one.
Let's do this right now. If it came down to it, would you trade a 1st-round pick for Mike Tomlin's doppelganger, aka Brandon Ayuk? Would you do that trade? And it would be a sign and trade kind of deal.
Oh, man.
That's a tough thing.
Because you're basically giving up the offensive tackle at 20. Because there's no way, unless they trade back up in the 1st round. Here's
a thought to talk about this. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to say you did a sign and trade and you had to trade a 1st-round pick for Brandon Ayuk, great. Okay. You get yourself a hell of a receiver. Mm-hmm. You have 2 hell of a receivers in George Pickens and Brandon Ayuk on the team. You don't have your 1st-round pick. Last time they did that, they got Minka Fitzpatrick. Last time I checked, I think that's working out pretty damn well.
Yep. That is another thought too. It's like a 50-50 shot,
Now, if you wanted to, so you did get that additional 3rd. You upgraded your 4th-round pick to a 3rd-round pick. Mm-hmm. Could you possibly? Yes. So you would have your 2nd-round pick and your 2 thirds. Do you use your 2nd-round pick on an offensive tackle, knowing that this class is ridiculously deep at that position? Mm-hmm. And then possibly front load this entire draft and trade some of those, trade a 3rd-round pick and then whatever, and try to get back into the 2nd round to get a center. Mm-hmm. I.e., at that point, it would probably be Cedric Van Pran. Could you do something like that? Yeah. I mean, it's a realistic discussion, and that's if you're willing to trade the 1st-round pick for Brandon Ayuk. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to do that, you say to yourself, okay, well then, do you want to draft your offensive tackle at 20? And then, i.e., could be Amarius Mims, could be, a numerous amount of guys, hopefully not JC Latham.
Anyone but him.
Could you do that? And then in the 2nd round, get a receiver at whatever pick it is, 50-something, 40-something, whatever it is. You could possibly do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, or if you don't get your center, go and say you get the chance, say Jackson Powers Johnson and Amarius Mims are on the board. So now you have to make that discussion.
Oof.
Do you want to go after the interior offensive lineman, knowing that this draft is a little bit deeper? Maybe you'll be able to get yourself a tackle in the second round. And then we're at the point now, we trust the Steelers enough to where if you wanted to go and get a receiver in the third round, I think we've trusted ourselves enough to where we could do that.
Yep.
We have more hits than not.
Yep.
So where it's like, okay, if you want to, we're not the Cleveland Browns here. And this is not a shot because my friends who are Browns fans say the same damn thing. They say they can't develop a receiver to save their damn life. So that's not me taking a shot. That's exactly what I've been told.
You know the other option at receiver, and if this, I
know where this is going.
I think only for this player, if he's there, and let's say in the tens and the teens, Mr. Roma Dunze from Washington. If he's past the Bears at 9. Do you trade up to go get
Which, and you know what? I think now with them trading for Keenan Allen, I think that I know we weren't trying to do total draft talk here, but damn it, I'm going to do it for a minute because I think it needs to happen for this discussion. So Chicago at number 1, Caleb Williams. Washington 2, New England 3, quarterback. Great. Arizona at 4 makes you wonder if there's going to be a trade up possibly for the quarterback.
Yeah, for the quarterback.
Could it be the New York Giants? Could it be the Minnesota Vikings? Could it be the Denver Broncos? Could it be the Las Vegas Raiders? Could it be any of those teams that try to trade up to number 4 to get their quarterback? So then you look at the Chargers at number 5. They get a match made in heaven. They get Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 6. And then you get possibly 4 quarterbacks going in the top 6, 7, whatever. Tennessee, they're probably going to go with a tackle. Atlanta at 8. We thought they were a wild card for a quarterback. Clearly, that ain't happening now because they got bankroll Kirk Cousins. So now you think, all right, could there be a defensive player there? 9, Chicago. I don't think they go with a receiver there. I think that's where one of the tackles goes. It could be a tackle. They could go with a number of places.
They could go defense too.
With the New York Jets, they got rid of 99.5-year-old Dwayne Brown, and they got one out. So they went from Revolutionary War at tackle
to what?
To the War of the War of 1812. They went and got. So they've upgraded. Still old. Tyron Smith has not finished the season or has not played a complete season since like 2015. Okay, that was the same. That was only a year after Antonio Brown kicking Spencer Lanning in the damn head in Week 1 in Pittsburgh. But I think when you look at where Odunze can go, because remember Malik Neighbors is there too. So Malik, you have 2 receivers more than likely that are going to go before Odunze. Now, am I saying that Odunze is going to fall to Pittsburgh? No, I'm not saying that.
No way.
That's not going to happen. But there's the conversation that if depending on where you're at, could you possibly trade up a couple spots and maybe get him? There's the possibility you could do that. And even if you didn't want to go after Odunze, say you were attached to a receiver and you wanted to go with a receiver at 20.
Yep.
Brian Thomas is an option. Yep. Ladd McConkey is an option. Adonai Mitchell is an option. So there's a couple options right there at 20 that could be possibles for receivers. The Steelers are in a weird spot where they have three spots of where to go, and 2 of the 3 are deep. But one of those, your other one is not deep at all, and there's a good shot that the guy that they would really want, Jackson Powers Johnson, will possibly be gone. So then you say to yourself, all right, well then you want to go maybe reach a tiny bit for Zach Frazier. Do you what? I mean, there is the possibility of Graham Barton from Duke. I think he's more of a tackle guard swing. I don't know if he's more of a guard center swing. So this is just a weird situation for the Steelers.
It is, and it's a lot of options. So, okay. Sorry, I was getting a lot. My phone's blowing up for some reason. It needs to stop. But
congratulations to you and all your success.
If that extra third round pick, I think it might come in handy for a swap back up if they want to, get a receiver that they like in the teens. I don't know what you need, but I could definitely see it happen. I just don't know what they're gonna do. We have no idea what they're gonna do. Are they gonna sign a receiver? I think they need to sign one more and draft one still. If I'm them.
Yeah, because so right now, as at this exact moment of time, your top three receivers are George Pickens, Calvin Austin, and Van Jefferson. Clearly, you have to upgrade. You have to get yourself a good number two. Or hell, if you wanted to say Brandon Ayuk, you bring him in, and then you still want to make George Pickens technically your number. Whatever the hell, you have two X's on your team, which, damn it, that could be a good thing because regardless or not, whoever you want to game plan, all right, someone's getting single cover. So you can't double cover both.
No, I know a receiver that's out there still in free agent that we could definitely bring home.
Is let me guess. So let's play the guessing game. Did he play in the AFC North last year? Could he have possibly went to college at Pitt? Interesting. Yeah. Oh wait, ding ding ding. Tyler Boyd. That's still an option as well.
Because I wonder if they do it. I think they should. I would like to get him in. Because I don't know what other free agent receivers that are like Tyler Boyd, I guess, that are out there. I haven't really looked into that. I don't know if you have at all in general. But...
In terms of free agency, I haven't really. I've been so focused on the draft. Which, by the way, I'm going to stop this programming for half a second. To if you guys don't follow me on social, if you guys follow me on social media, then you saw this, and if you haven't, this is going to be the first year of my broadcasting career where I will not be doing a live show for the NFL draft, but I'm not missing the NFL draft. I was invited to be a part of the Draft Nations and Draft 412 draft party in Pittsburgh at Stage AE. So I'll be in Pittsburgh for night one of the draft. We're going to be all talking about the draft. It's going to be a hell of a time. I will officially get to become Todd McMilkshake.
Yep.
But, so yeah, that is going on. So
it's a big congrats. So it's good. It's awesome. I'm excited.
It's going to be fun. Obviously, we're going to have Joe from Draft 412 on again. We'll have him on again before then. Talk sometime in April, probably. I have an idea set maybe 2 weeks before the draft. We'll have him on again. We'll kind of do a one last recap show. Because the following week will be our mock draft 2.0.
Jeez, already. Oh, damn. What?
Less than a month.
When's the mock draft 2.0?
Mock draft 2.0. It is going to be April 18th.
18th.
So
that's. We
have 3 more episodes before then.
3 more. Okay.
Time goes by quick.
It does. I'm excited. I can't wait for night one of the draft. It's just when things finally come together, and I'll need to stop guessing.
It's you know what it is too. It's fun because with the options that we have, and with the signings that we've already made, which I think 99% of Steeler Nation is very happy. with the moves that we have made outside of the Kenny Pickett stands. Who?
Oh my God, the 1%. If you're
The 1%, the very, very, very vocal minority of Steeler fans who were pissed that we traded away 13 passing touchdowns in 2 years because we were unfair to him. And why would we want to upgrade that position? Why shouldn't we give him a second chance with the new OC? I'm sorry, unless you're just an absolute Delulu land, I truly don't see how you could look at the body of work from 2 years. I understand. Let me say, I understand that we had an elementary school offensive coordinator. I understand that. But just even from play on the field,
it's not all on the coordinator. That's another thing.
He couldn't read a field to save his life. He had like a 1 point something percent touchdown percentage, whatever it is, like the worst in NFL history.
You know, it's bad when we don't see a lot of touchdowns and it's the new norm. Right? It was the new norm for, will the Steelers get 21 points today or not?
I mean, it's been, let's be honest, the last time for a season that we got elite quarterback play was 2018. Wow. 2018 when Ben had 5,000 yards. 2019, that was a shit show of a year. 2020, Ben was all right, but I mean, it was nowhere near as, it wasn't elite level quarterback at all. 2021, Ben was not elite quarterback level. 22,
wow.
Do I need to say anything? 23, again, do I need to say anything? There's nothing wrong with wanting to upgrade the quarterback position. There's nothing wrong with wanting to upgrade your position in any position itself.
Yep.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
So with the Kenny Pickett stance, it's okay. You'll move on. It might just take a little bit longer for you. I already moved on. And I just learned now not to ever buy a quarterback jersey again until I know for sure he's the future quarterback.
Well, luckily I never was even close to buying a Kenny jersey, so.
Well, my jersey's being a retirement home is what I call it.
You know what? I haven't bought a jersey in God knows how long. I think the next jersey though that I would buy if I were to buy one is one that is Cam Hayward.
Oh, I have his jersey.
I think. See, that would be the real easy one to do.
Yep. TJ Watt.
Out of current jersey. Yeah, TJ Watt's another one. I mean, I already have a TJ jersey.
There you go. Oh.
Let's see. What jerseys do I have? I have two Big Bens.
Do you have a Minka? There you go, Minka.
I do not have a Minka.
I need a Minka jersey too. But
I have two Bens. It's ironic that I have a Shazier jersey. If you know why that's ironic, then you know.
Yep. Shocker. I wonder why.
Who else do I have? I have TJ. I had a Juju jersey. I had an AB jersey, which, by the way, I'm kind of sick. I wish we would have signed Hollywood Brown and made him wear 84 so I could wear that jersey again.
Because I have AB. I have Le'Veon Bell's.
I did not have Le'Veon Bell.
Martavis Bryant, I have his jersey.
I did not have his. I had a Claypool jersey.
Oh, so do
I had a Devin Bush jersey.
So do I.
I have a Joey Porter Sr. jersey. So that one I'm safe on.
I have a Joey Porter Jr. jersey. I do have that.
I have a Troy Polamalu jersey. That obviously, clearly that's safe. I don't want to say that's about it.
But
we got off topic for a sec. That's why we haven't been on here in a couple weeks. We got about 2 weeks worth of shit to talk about here.
Anyways, Kenny, you'll get over it. It just might take a little bit longer for you if you're still in love with Kenny Pickett. And do I miss Kenny? Sure. Nope. I won't miss that.
Nope. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I appreciate the third. What was it, like a 3rd and 2-6? I appreciate that. I appreciate that for the Eagles. Thank you so much. Just take the highway to Philly.
You could go enjoy the other side of Pennsylvania.
And he's going to be sitting on the bench.
and I hope you have a decent Philly cheesesteak.
But anyways, very happy with the Steelers are doing. Probably my favorite signing is the Patrick Queen signing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the next one we were getting to anyway. It's the Patrick Queen signing, and I was very happy with this signing because I think in today's NFL, and I'm not sure fully why. Mm-hmm. I feel like off-ball linebackers kind of get devalued a little bit.
Yep.
You have obviously guys like Fred Warner, who is by far the best in the league. Yep. And going back before, you had Bobby Wagner, who was great. Luke Kuechly, guys like that. They were obviously off-ball linebackers that were phenomenal or are phenomenal still in terms of Fred Warner. But in terms of Pittsburgh, off-ball linebackers are extremely important.
Yep.
Because now you lost Quan Alexander, and he's not going to be coming back. You got yourself good play from that off-ball linebacker position until the Cole Holcomb injury and before the Quan Alexander injury. So now you look back this year, going into this year, you have a 3-man rotation of Patrick Queen, Cole Holcomb, Landon Roberts. Hey, that's not bad at all. I am very happy with that. To go on top, to go along with TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith on the front end, and then with Minkah Fitzpatrick in the back end, and Deshone Elliott, who's going to be coming in, who I think will allow Minkah to play more of that just free roaming role of being a safety and being what he does best.
Yep.
He's going to allow him to do that. And then obviously you have Joey Porter Jr., and then we'll see what happens with Diontae Jackson. We'll see if they might bring in another Corey Trice. We got to figure out what we might have out of him. So right now, on paper, this defense has a chance to be very good. Now, I say that on paper
and
we said that last year, and clearly at times they were not great.
And the contract, they got it for him, too. It wasn't, 3-year deal. I was very, very shocked.
It was 3 for $41, which that is about 13, 14 million a year, somewhere in that range. We were anticipating him getting 16, 17, 18. Remember when Roquan Smith signed that deal in Baltimore? It was 5 for 100.
Yep.
So that's 20. So for 13 a year, you get Patrick Queen. And listen, people wanted to shit on Patrick Queen, say, "Oh, he wasn't good until Roquan Smith got there." First and foremost, okay, and there's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with having bringing in someone else to help make everyone better. Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. And B, it ain't like Landon Roberts and Cole Holcomb ain't going to be those guys that can make him better.
Yep.
And make him look better. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
He's going to be able to cover. He's going to be able to cover well. And I think that's what's nice is if you have the combination of Cole Holcomb or of Patrick Queen and Landon Roberts, Cole Holcomb, or I keep on wanting to say Cole Holcomb. Landon Roberts is more of that run stuffing guy, and then you have Patrick Queen, who's going to be more of that cover guy. So you kind of bring that nice little balance of both.
Yep, I was just very, very happy. Him and Deshone Elliott, welcome to the team. I appreciate it. Omar Khan is just a con artist magician. It's been a little bit slow now. It's slowed down with free agency. I wish there was a little bit more. Everyone wants more since. The quarterback signings and the linebacker signings. I think this might be, they might sign one more position, I think a receiver more than anything. I don't think they're gonna sign a center in free agency. All of them are pretty much.
I think the one that you would have been really wanting to go after if you're going to is Mitch Morrison. He's gone now. So yeah, I think
it's the draft for sure, and for tackle too. I don't think they're going to sign a tackle either. If you had to pick position, I pick receiver.
I would
maybe another corner, but it's definitely receiver.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, as much as we've been talking about how much we would love Brandon Ayuk here, obviously more than likely it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, if it does happen, well, then that's the other thing too. We're not getting our hopes up.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, if we get it, we're like, holy shit, this actually happened. And if it doesn't happen, it's like, all right, well, we kind of anticipated it. It was fun while it lasted. But in reality, go and get yourself a Tyler Boyd or someone like that in free agency, and then you can address your other two needs in the draft. And then I think you set yourself up pretty damn well going into training camp.
Because I think if they sign Tyler Boyd, trading up is still an option for the receiver. I'm not saying it's going to be. It's not likely, not highly likely.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Because I think in that situation, if you're going after Tyler Boyd and you get him, so you have George Pickens, Tyler Boyd, Calvin Austin, Van Jefferson. Great. I think in that situation, I don't know if I would want them trading up for the receiver. I think in that case, if you were going to trade up, if you're going to trade up like that, then why not trade up for one of the tackles? Or why not try to trade up and make sure that you get the center that you want in Jackson Powers Johnson? Or do you want to play the gamble game and say, hey, could we get Jackson Powers Johnson at 20? We ain't got to trade up at all. And then we get our center. And then do you try to trade back into the first round? I highly doubt it. Or do you try to get somewhere in that upper part of that second round to get your tackle?
Yep.
I think those are the realistic scenarios.
Yeah. Just a lot of options that we have. Just a lot of options. I'm just wondering what they're thinking. I wish there could be a little fly in the wall and listen to see what they're thinking about.
I don't know. This whole free agency is it's got me hyped. It's got me excited. It's got me ready for
week one,
home opener.
Hopefully, it's gonna be expensive, but I'm ready for it.
You know what? I'm waiting for it. I have made a goal for this year that I'm officially going to try to do a game against or a Steeler game outside of Pittsburgh. That's not Cleveland because that's cheating.
Yep. I'm definitely doing one.
I think the game I'm going to try. I would say, depending on when it happens in the season. I have a couple guys who are wanting. I'll give them shout out. Shout out to Uncle Jimmy, Brandon, and Frank from Twitter. They're all going to the Vegas game, and they keep on begging me to try to go. So we'll see. I might have to. If it's in week 3, then I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it work. But if it's a little bit later on in the season,
later in the season, we're like week 10, week 11. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now you have my language right here. You're in my language if that happens.
Well, Jarrod's rich, so it doesn't matter. He'll be able to go whenever, however.
No. Just for reference, home opener is at least one game we all go to every year where everybody meets up. I recommend everybody to go at least one.
Yes. If you are watching this right now, whether you are from Steeler Twitter or not, go to the home opener. The atmosphere there is insane. Last year against San Francisco, San Francisco fans travel very well. Very well.
And I wonder who it's going to be this year because there's some good traveling fan bases on our schedule, I would say.
You
got Kansas City.
Dallas would be interesting.
Kansas City.
You see, I don't want to play Kansas City week 1. No.
No one does. No one does. I don't want to play them either.
Give me the Giants. Give me the Giants. Now I gotta look this up. Steelers opponents 2024 because I don't remember who all we have on the road or who we have at home.
Dallas, Kansas City, Chargers, Giants, and Jets.
Chargers, no, because they don't travel.
New York fans will travel. As much as you hate the Giants or Jets, they will travel.
You know what's funny though? I mean, I don't hate Giants fans, nor do I hate Jets fans. Although I hate New York. And they're typically all Yankee fans. And I fucking hate the Yankees. And 99.9999999% of their fans. I don't say 100% because Jarrod's a Yankee fan, sadly. I don't hate him.
I appreciate it.
I don't hate Jarryd, so you make it 100% there. You know what, though? You know what? I know who I want. I know who I want week 1 at home. Or whenever the home opener is.
What do you want? Whenever it is.
What's the team that's closest to me?
Oh my gosh.
It's
not going to happen, though.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
I don't think so. Well, we'll see. But did you
remember there was a little stretch there where it was like, so 2014. Steelers, the Browns Steelers were week 1. 2017, it was Browns Steelers in Cleveland. 2018, it was Browns Steelers in Cleveland. Yeah. I mean, that's a possibility. And last year was week 2.
I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. I don't know. I saw the little leak that one of their players kind of leaked where they're playing week 1.
Yeah, in Brazil. And you know what? Speaking of which is funny about that, if that does happen, they're not going to have a week. They're not going to have their home opener until like week 3 because week 2 they have a concert Saturday night at First Energy, or not First Energy. It's not there anymore. That's not the stadium name anymore. Cleveland Browns, whatever the hell it is. They have a concert going on that Saturday night. So if they go to Brazil, they're not going to have a home opener game till week 3. So
we'll find out in May. That's when we usually find out, late May. And once that finds out, I'm not wasting any time.
In terms of, I was going to say, depending on when the season is, I might try to just go ahead and book my flight to Vegas whenever it is. Hopefully, that'd be a hell of a time. And listen, all I know is I can't wait for the home opener. It's going to be a blast. And like I said too, if you're a part of Steeler Twitter at all, it is you're going to meet so many people. There is an infamous picture that me and Jarryd have been a part of the last couple of years, where there's a big old group picture. Mm-hmm. One of them was in 22 against the Patriots, where it was a bunch of us. We were at the tailgate, and then we were at last year's. We were at Shorty's right there, and there was I'm curious to see how many people. You know what? 20. Here, I'm going to kind of ghetto-wise show you guys this picture. So this was the picture, the group picture from last year. If you're a part of Steeler Twitter, there are definitely people and faces that you recognize in there. Yeah. And then where's the picture from last year? This was the group picture from last year. Clearly, again, lots of people. So, and it's just a fun experience. You get to meet everyone in person, figure out who's catfish and not catfish.
Oh my gosh! If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I think on that note, I think that might be about it for this episode.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, sorry for missing out on last week again. Yeah, things happened. But we're back for now I think there's not going to be a show that we miss up until the NFL draft until the draft. So we got that. But until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers. Go Buckeyes.
Steelers.
Fuck the Browns. Fuck the Bengals. Fuck the Ravens. Fuck the Magic. Fuck the Yankees, by the way. And apparently it might be fuck Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Well, that might be that could have potential, and who knows this. So that potentially could end up being one of the biggest sports stories of all time, if we're being honest here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not here to really talk about that. Nope. But yeah, it's fuck the Magic, fuck the Yankees, fuck UCF.
Yep.
But until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and peace out.